Hey guys, if you're late to the party like I am, then you need to install the new A6300 firmware update version 2.0. I'm going to go over the installation process and then talk about what has changed. If you've already updated your camera, you can skip ahead. Go ahead and open up the esupport.sony.com link in the description. Make sure you are downloading the firmware for the A6300. Let that finish. Make sure your camera's USB settings are set to mass storage. Go ahead and run the installer. Turn on your camera and connect it to your computer with a micro USB cable when prompted. Follow the installer and wait for it to do its thing. When it's done, you can unplug your camera, and congrats, you now have version 2.0 installed. So, what's changed? Well, they added the auto power off temp function, so you can record longer before that temperature warning turns off your camera. I thought I'd test it for myself. I set it to high and waited. So remember, the A6300 does have a 30-minute recording limit unless you put on a hack like the open memories tweak, but I'm not even sure that works with this update. I gave it a go in front of a sunny window and shot for about an hour and a half before completely filling my SanDisk Extreme Pro 64GB SD card. It's hard to say if the small rig cage I had it in helped displace the heat. I have no plans to test this any further anytime soon. I'm not trying to fry my camera. Hopefully this restores some confidence in this camera. Let's keep in mind that this is not a cinema camera. If you need more than an hour and a half of continuous 4K recording for an event or a larger production, go rent an FS5 or something. So they also added some lens support and improved the overall stability of the camera, which is cool. It doesn't turn on or off any faster, so I haven't noticed anything major. The update also fixed the 2.35 to 1 display guides. So if you're not familiar, 2.35 to 1 is an anamorphic aspect ratio that's used in a lot of movies. It originally involved the use of anamorphic lenses that compressed a wider area onto film, and it was later stretched back out with an anamorphic projector to create a frame wider than the 4:3 or 16:9 aspect ratios. So if you're using this, the camera doesn't record the guidelines, but it allows you to frame your shots so that you can put the correct letterbox on afterwards. The guidelines looked more like 3 to 1 before the update, and they were a lot narrower. If you want to put up the 2.35 to 1 guides, go to the second set of pages with the gear wheel icon and turn on Marker Display on the first subtab, then go over to the second subtab to Marker Settings with the little film icon on it. Who knows why they separated two directly related functions? It's Sony. You can turn on multiple guides like a center here, but if you just want the 2.35 to 1 frame, you can find it under Aspect. Once you select that, you're good to go. Make sure your settings wheel is on the movie mode. That's going to be all for this video. If you found this helpful, you know what to do.